There are a lot of controversies in Marvel Snap right now. A lot of people are talking about Leech, a lot of people are talking about Arrow, Shuri, balance changes as a whole. Maybe we're talking about the economy system and how it's really rough for new players. There's a lot of things going wrong in Marvel Snap right now, but things that can maybe be fixed with time. But something that cannot be fixed, something that cannot be reverted, and might be the biggest controversy of all: pixel variants. Pixel variants. You might love them. You might hate them. You might uninstall the game when you receive them. But, here they are. They're going to be in your collection, whether you like it or not. Because you're going to open it up in a reserve, and it's probably going to be a pixel variant. Because they're the most abundant variant in the game. And the game doesn't really discriminate between one variant style or the other. It just says, hey, you get a random one. Here's a pixel. And some people really like them. I actually appreciate quite a few of pixel variants, which is why we're breaking it into some tiers today. There's 212 total pixels in the game. Guys, it's crazy. There's some unreleased cards that I added, but oh my gosh, there are so many. I would really appreciate it if you smack the like button because it took so long to put this together. I've been staring at pixels for hours, but the tiers here that we're bringing it down. So I have the S tier. That's a good tier. You might actually want to buy that pixel variant. At least I would. If I saw it in my shop, I might actually cough up the gold for it. A tier, you're pretty satisfied. That's a solid pixel variant. I'm happy about that one. I might even play it over something else. B tier. B tier is like just a bunch where you're just like, whatever. Maybe you open it up from reserve. It's not the most ugly thing ever. And you don't have anything else for that card. You don't want to use the base card, so you use that pixel variant. But the minute you get something else, it's out. That's the B tier. The F tier. The F is trash. We don't like the F tier. We dislike it. The F tier. We don't want the F tier in our collector's reserves. The F tier, spoiler alert, is the most abundant tier of them all. I have the most variants, pixel variants in that tier. But yeah, not a great one. I mean, maybe I'll use it, but like in a meme, funny, laughing at it kind of way. And then there is the Y tier. Why did I have to open this in my collector's reserve? I never want to use it. I don't want to see it. If I could delete it from my collection, I would. But you got to deal with it because it's there. So there you go. That's all the pixel variants. We're going to talk about them all. Well, not really. I'm going to gloss over quite a few. There's 212. Are you kidding me? We're just going to go over the tiers. I'm also missing some. I did the math. It didn't add up. I don't know where I got lost along the way. But if you can figure out which ones I'm missing, kudos to you. I think I'm missing about 4 or 5. So good luck with that. Let's get to the Y tier. Oh, God, why? Look at these. Look at these variants. I also have to admit I own like 4 of them and it hurts me. Okay, so let's get a few out of the way here. That top row, okay? So Invisible Woman. Look at her expression, dude. It's the expression that absolutely kills me. She just does not look impressed. She doesn't want to be there in that fight. She's over it. Like if she could crack a smile, that would be much better. We could even jump a couple tiers, but that expression kills me. MODOK. What is going on? MODOK is just a complete meme himself, but my goodness, there's something spewing out of there. Medusa, her hair, too much. What is that? Snakes? Like, is that her thing? Maybe. I know that's her ability. She controls the hair. That's too much for me. That's too much. It's too much pixely hair. Ebony Maw. I don't know. He looks, what is he doing? He's just standing there. He looks confused. Why is he so confused? Jane Foster, I thought maybe this would be okay. And then I looked at it closer and it looks like a 4-year-old's drawing. I'm sorry to the artist. I'm so sorry to the artist, okay? I think one artist makes all these pixel variants. So think about it that way. Somebody has to make 212 variants for the game. Like, you're going to have some misses. It's fine. Some of them are honestly kind of funny. Okay, Bast, creepy. Look at that. I don't want that in my hand staring at me. I don't like that one at all. It creeps me right out. Titania, what is she even doing? She doesn't even look all that strong to me in that picture, and that's her whole thing. Sabretooth, why is he dripping so hard? He's like get the lake off of you. Why is there so much water up in there? I don't understand. I don't like it. Is he drooling? Kind of looks like he's drooling a little bit. And then like, where does his head begin and his neck? Where is his neck? It's just right on his body, and then the other arm is like, oh, I don't know. He's too much of a gremlin. Hobgoblin, really creepy. I mean, that's the character, but that one in general just does not please me at all. Okay, Lady Deathstrike, you don't know the card yet, probably. I'll talk about her soon. But creepy fingers, really creepy fingers. Two creepy fingers. Arnim Zola, what is going on? Even the color palette. Normally he's like that green and purple. Now he's got this yellow and then the eyeball on the top and then the creepy face in the middle. Oh boy, that's a rough one. Bucky Barnes, I own this one. I can't stand it. I think it might be my least favorite variant in my collection. I just don't like it. Look at his arm and his shoulder. It looks weird with the gun. I don't know, something that is not proportionate there. And then his foot right in between his two thighs, not looking good there, my dude. And then also the background is like the same weird collage of colors that does not look pleasing at all. I really can't stand that variant. Okay, and then we got to talk about these two really quick. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? What is happening here? Look at Infinite. Look at his face. What is happening? I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I have not seen this variant at all, but oh my gosh, I can't believe how hideous it is. It's almost laughably ugly, and I kind of enjoy it a little bit. Like if somebody slapped down a 20 power pixel Infinite on me, like I'd probably die laughing. I'd probably be fine with it and give them my cubes. I don't know, it's just crazy. And then look at the Vulture. Oh my gosh, he's so lanky and creepy, and he's got the feathers and like that's not a Vulture. That's something else, dude. That's something that's a different kind of predator. Okay, that's the Y tier. Can you understand why? Like, could you imagine opening one of these up? Like, I'm sure some of you guys own these, and it must hurt. Like, I own several of them. Like, it's not great. It's these big scars in my collection. Honestly, sometimes I wish I could delete variants from the collection. Like, even especially old splits. A serious note right now. Old splits, right? That you never use. Delete it. Maybe like a system where that becomes a resource because I delete it, right? Like tokens. Oh my God, could you imagine? Okay, let's move on. Okay, here we have the F tier. Okay, so now you're seeing there's a lot, and this is actually just F part 1. I got part 2 in a second. Okay, so there's a lot of variants here to look over. Like this is a crazy list, right? But just like honestly, if you're looking through these, try and pick out some that like really stand out as like a good variant. Like I make a couple exceptions. Maybe we could look at like Mr. Negative. That doesn't look too bad. I just think he has like all of his other variants are far better than that one. So I don't know. Then you can maybe look at like, I don't know. I have that Ultron one. I don't really love it. I have the Spectrum one. I use it. I don't love it. The Morbius one, I don't know if you can see that. That looks so weird to me. The Morbius, he's got this weird smile. It's so strange. And then, I don't know, the Mojo with his hand. Oh, dear God, that's so bad too. There's just a lot of not great ones here. And a lot of just meh. You know, you see some of them, like look at Missy Knight. She's standing beside a wall with the gun. Like, okay, cool, sweet, sweet pixel. I'm excited about that one. Same with Agent 13. Like, what are Agatha? She's got glowy hands. Kind of reminds me of Vampire Survivor, though, if you ever played that game, and that's pretty cool. So I actually own that one as well. Gosh, I own so many of these. It's painful. I have the Wolverine one as well. I don't love it. Honestly, I sometimes use the default because I just don't want to use the pixel. And I'm like a big advocate for using the off variants, so you're not just using the base cards. Sometimes. I have that Venom one as well. Oh, it's just, I don't even know, dude. One of the ones I actually kind of like here, but I ended up putting here anyways, is The Thing. I think it's so like comically bad. His smile is so funny, but like the pixel kind of works well for The Thing. And Core comes up later on, but yeah, I kind of like the rock style with the pixels. You know, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works when you got a good background and stuff, but these ones I just don't know. Sometimes the facial expressions are really bad. And that's why I just can't do it. I actually have another one is this Spider-Woman. I own that one. It actually kind of looks good when it's animated. The pixel webs are spitting out and stuff like that, but oh man, these are rough. And then the F.5. So this is the same level, the same degree of pixel variant. Maybe some of them are a little better. Like the Daredevil one is weird to me. I don't love his expression. What is he? It looks like almost like his tail, not his weapon. Like he's got a tail and he's looking to grab his tail. It's just, oh, that's just kind of weird to me. The Captain America one, he's just oddly large. I don't like how large he is. Why is he so big? And then I don't know how I feel about really any of these. Look at Blob. That's a card that might be coming out someday soon. That was pretty funny, but really just a big blob. I've seen the Electro one before. People have played that against me, and I like how like it's all like shocking and there's like yellow going everywhere, but it's like too much, right? Isn't it taking up too much of the art? Like it's just like an electric burst. I don't know how I feel about it. It's a little bit too much. I have that Brood up there. I use that one all the time because I only have the base. I don't really love when my variants have tokens that are the base, right? If my variant could carry through to the tokens that they summon, that'd be fantastic. I'd be in love with those. If anything, I'd go out of my way to buy variants for those cards specifically. But because of the way it works, Brood, you get the Broodlings, and then I have one that's a pixel. It just stands out so poorly. But it reminds me a lot of like Metroid Prime or something like that. And then the Black Panther one is just kind of weird. There's so many better ones than that. The Agent Colsey's got the gun, yeah. Abomination, I kind of like his smile. I think he's kind of funny. Then there's also like Forge and Gamora. What are these doing, dude? I just don't know. Dracula, like there's so many better Dracula ones than that. Oh my gosh. The Colossus one, that's kind of like a classic. I've seen that one from the dawn of time, man. But man, geez, these are rough pixels. Let me know which ones you guys own and which ones you hate. Maybe some that you love here. Fair play. Fair play. Okay, but we're moving on up now. Now we're in the B tier. I like the look of these a little bit better. I think some of these are pretty fresh, right? You got the Arrow one. Arrow's just always good in every variant. My goodness. Carnage, classic from the symbiotic invasion event that happened. I don't know if we got the variant, but we at least got the avatar. So that's maybe where you've seen it. The Darkhawk one I actually find pretty cool. The Green Goblin, pretty neat. Galactus, pretty cool. You know, there's a few here that I'm like, you know what, it's not too bad. Then we could also talk about the glaring issue in the room here. Hellcow, right? We got to talk about Hellcow because Hellcow's there and it's utterly beautiful. It could be in a higher tier, don't you think? I own that Hellcow variant. Yes, I own it. And it is classic. You see it on Reddit all the time. Look at Korg as well. I love the way he's flexing. He's doing his thing. And then you got Scorpion. I've never seen that one before, but I thought that was pretty neat. Kingpin, he's another like Captain America issue where he's a little bit too big for me. Why is he so large? But, you know, it's Kingpin. So I'm like, maybe it's okay. It passes. Rhino just looks so stupid in every variant that I think it's actually comically valuable. Once he looks so silly, like in a pixel variant like this, you have to go like even sillier to get more value out of your variant. So it kind of works. Oh, and another one is look at the Leech. Look at the Leech. Have you ever seen a pixel Leech? Why has he got this blue suit on? Oh, it looks so funny to me. And he's got quite the expression on his face. Oh my gosh. The Cerebro helmet, that's cool. I kind of dig the helmet. That is what it is. The Rocket Raccoon with the gun, 2 guns, and he's pointing it. That's pretty neat. I like that one a lot. And then the Orca. I kind of like the Orca. I almost had it in a higher tier, but I didn't because he's so bad. And then I just find it funny how he's got the head of an Orca and then his head. It's odd. The A tier. Okay, so we're speeding through this, right? There's a lot of variants, and if you want to pause the video, you can check out the variants. But here we go to the A tier, right? This is looking a little better. I dig these variants. I've seen them upgraded too before, and they're pretty darn sharp. So let's start it off with Yondu. That's a pretty sick variant. I like it a lot. He's got the zipping thing going around. He's got like a sword and the gun. He looks pretty menacing. When it's upgraded, it looks really nice. I've seen a lot of people with that one. The Zero one. There's not too many variants of Zero, I don't believe, in the game. There's like 3 or 4 actively in the game. And I find this one all right. He's just standing there. He's glowing. And I feel like when that's upgraded, that could be pretty good. Speaking of upgraded, Wolfsbane Swordmaster, I have both of those. And they both glow beautifully when they're upgraded. So Wolfsbane was a bit of a surprise one for me. I got it from a chest. But her eyes blink. So it looks so good when it's upgraded in the hand that I had to put it here. She-Hulk, I love the way she's just popping out there. She looks like a Street Fighter character, just ready to go. Love it. Miles Morales, I find this pretty cool. You got the city in the background jumping. Iceman looks great. He's just sliding around on his ice. Looks fantastic. Nice color palette. Fits the theme. Atuma, he looks pretty menacing, I find. He's got the bubbles. He's underwater and he's just standing there like a boss. Man, I wouldn't mess with him. And speaking of other trident folk, you got Odin chilling there with his trident. I love this variant. I bought it in the shop, okay? Because look at his face. He looks like he's screaming. And then all the on reveals are going to happen. And I love it. Red Skull, I've never seen that one before, but I thought it was pretty cool because he's holding a skull and he's looking like a red skull, so that kind of works. Silver Surfer, I actually find pretty rad. It's got the cosmic in the background and he's surfing around. Pretty nice. Storm, I've seen this one, I believe on Molt's channel. He's got it fully decked out. It looks really good upgraded because the lightning in the bottom and then her lightning in her hands, it blends blends well. Living Tribunal, not a card that's out, but I dig it. I would be happy if I got that variant. It looks really nice with all the stars in the background and the 2 heads. Pretty neat. The Falcon one's so funny, guys. Look at the Falcon one. Isn't that so funny? He looks so miniature. It's like they shrunk down Falcon to like Ant-Man size, and now he's trying to zip around town. Oh my gosh, I love it. The Crystal one is actually really cool. I don't know about many of her variants. I got a few of them. I got like the Dan Hip. I don't love it. I got the one with the newspapers. That one's pretty cool. But this one I thought was pretty cool because she's got the fire, she's got the ice or air or whatever she's got going on. It works. I like it. And the Cable one's pretty cool. I've seen that one upgraded. Same with Professor X. They look really good. Funny little smiles. It's a decent pixel. It works with the character too. The Adam Warlock one I haven't seen, but I thought that was pretty cool. A nice shade of dark red and blue in the background. Looks pretty sharp. And then his ability like triggering, I thought that was pretty nice. Bullseye, not a card that's out, but I love the spades. Just seeing the spades in the pixel form, I thought that was pretty rad. The Cosmo and the Goose are classic. Kang, he's new, but I actually quite like this one. Just the color palette looks pleasing to the eye. Lockjaw, because it's not the Venomized and the other one that you see all the time where he's like going through the portal. You never see this Lockjaw, but I thought it was all right. He's a proud little doggo. The Magic, the Namor, the Omega Red, I just thought these look all pretty good. So that's the A tier. I dig these variants. I thought they were pretty cool. But there's some that reign above these. The ones that I'm actually anxious to get. I would actually buy them and maybe use them over other variants in my collection. Let's check it out. The S tier. Yes, and in fact, 2 of them I own. And 2 of them are planes. Yeah, you thought I forgot about these 2? Which you know, Snapster's all about the Helicarrier pixel variant. And I get it, dude. I get it. It's pretty awesome. I like the clouds. I also appreciate the fact that it's not humanoid, so it doesn't have a weird face. Because I find that's the problem with a lot of the pixels. And these guys get away with it. So they look pretty rad. They stand out. I dig the 2 planes. But they're kind of like at the bottom of the S tier, okay? But the top 5 right here, check them out. I think these are so fresh. Now, Destroyer. I own the Destroyer one. It's so good. The rumbling of the cities in the background is so beautiful, and the pink color palette is really nice to allow Destroyer to pop up. Oh my gosh, I really enjoy having that one. Killmonger. I don't have that pixel variant because I have a lot of other ones. I don't even know if there's a bad Killmonger variant. Seriously. He has all amazing variants in this game. I personally use the Dan Hip one the most, but this one's pretty rad. I've seen it inkified too. It's sharp. Phoenix Force. Dude, look at this variant. This variant is the sole reason. The only reason I added unreleased cards with their pixel variants, because I just saw this one. I was like, yes, yes, I would get this. This looks amazing. And probably pixelated, like animated rather. It would be like, you know, like flowing with fire and whatnot. I think it has more of a background than just the black backsplash. But you know what? Even with just that, I'm here for it. I think it looks really good. And maybe it would ruin it if there was more color in the background. I kind of like that. It just pops. So yeah, I really like that. The card itself, if you're wondering what it is, definitely stay tuned. We cover all the data mine cards, and I'm going to have a video of some spicy ones coming up soon. So snap subscribe. But we got 2 more here. We got the Sentry and Blade. I'm actually going to talk about Blade first because I own this one as well, and I adore it. It looks so good. The bats like flap a little bit in the background. He's got the sword over his head. He's got the gun. The red background with the vampiric theme. You know, he's a vampire hunter. Oh my gosh, I just love it so much. I think it was one of my first pixel variants that I got. I was like, yeah, you know what? I kind of like pixels. And then like 12 or 20 pixels later, I was like, oh no, I don't think I do anymore. But then there's the Sentry. So you probably never see this one because you probably never see Sentry. Because 1, it's kind of a bad card, and 2, nobody owns it. But it's kind of an exciting card to me, and all the variants I've seen so far are absolutely gorgeous. And the Pixel one holds up. Look at the sun in the background. He's got like these shadows on his body and his cape and everything. The clouds surrounding. The eyes are really menacing. Actually glowing eyes. I bet they glow when he's in the hand and stuff like that. So yeah, I thought that was really cool. Now, again, with the Sentry, I would really love it if the Void had a pixel variant, right? When he summons the Void, that would make it even more than Esther. It'd be like, whoa, that's an amazing variant, but alas, that's not how it works. But anyways, those are the pixels that are in Marvel Snap. Let me know. I know there's a lot of pixel haters. I feel you. I understand you. But there's some that are pretty good. There's some that are pretty exciting. And in a way, they're like the most difficult to collect all of them, right? Because there's so many. Almost every card has one. So there's a real challenge in trying to get all the pixel variants. But you'd be a madman to try it, but I'm here for it. All right, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will catch you guys next time.